this is Danny, and this is a cage tour of Teddy Bean's new cage, which is the Mamble 100. I've just put Teddy Bean in her old cage for now. She's dying to get into the cage. This is the Abbey cage, which is really bad because the floor space is really small, and hamsters usually prefer floor space over climbing space, which is why I got her this one. And I got the 100 because I felt the 80 wasn't quite big enough. This one, the spacing between the two shelves that I've got is about right for the bridge that I was after. And also the actual floor space you get is a bit smaller. As you can see, it's a bit sloped, which doesn't look like a lot, but when you actually get it, particularly with the 80, I got the 81 first and I actually sent it back because the actual measurements for the floor space were actually smaller than the RSPCA recommends for a hamster. The doors close like this, and we did have an issue at first because the space here between the door and the actual cage was pretty big because this bit of the cage slopes inwards a bit. So what we had to do, what I got Andy to do, with pliers, he kind of squished this bit as much as he could so that it pulls the door inwards a bit. This side, for some reason, we can't do on these sides because it's a bit bigger. I don't know why, but we've been able to alter it a little bit, which helps. So on the top area, it's quite hectic in here. There's lots going on, but it's brilliant. It's really stimulating for her. I've got 3 hammocks, and they've all got fleece in them. What you need to bear in mind with fleece, usually it's machine washable. These ones aren't for some reason. You need to bear in mind some hamsters can try to bite it and take it and use it for bedding. If they do bite it and start to pull it apart, take them out because it can ultimately kill them. It'll give them an issue. It's like fluffy bedding, which is not good for them. So yeah, I've got 3 different ones of those. I've got a little dangling like hammock toy thingy. This was quite cheap. I'll mainly just put treats in there and hope that she starts to explore, because I don't think she'll use it very much. The opening is a bit too small for a Syrian anyway. She's got her, I think it's like a walnut toy at the back here. She's had one of these before and she loves them, so I've got another one. And she just loves to climb it and swing on it and go a bit nuts with it. This is the ladder I previously had in her other cage. It actually came with some toys like ropes hanging from it, but she destroyed them. So I took those off and it's just got the toys on it now like this. And she still seems to play with them. It's a bit weird. I found her the other day on the cage and she was kind of doing that. But she still likes to climb on it. And this bridge I got from eBay. And it was, I think it was $12.99. It was a lot of money, but it's actually brilliant. It's quite big. It was made apparently for a chinchilla. I'd say it's far too small for a chinchilla. It's about right for a Syrian or a gerbil or something. And you get, actually, I think I requested 2 washers with it, which are these metal bits at the back, to join it to the cage to make it a bit more sturdy. Otherwise, it can just, you kind of pull it and it will just come out the bars like that. Over this side, she's got a rocking horse up here, which is just made of like card, and they usually love to destroy it. She's had one before. I think she had a bed, and she's had something else as well. She had like I think it was like a box or something, but she loves to destroy them. And I can't remember what this was made of. I don't know if it was hay or straw. You've got to be a bit careful with these as well, because hamsters can't have straw, because if they try to pouch it, it's too sharp for them. So if you find your hamster, it's alright to chew it occasionally, they get a bit curious, but if it looks like they're eating them, then take it out. This I got on eBay as well. It's really cool, but it was such a pain to get in because the bars are metal, so they don't bend. So as you're trying to get it through the doorway, it hooks on here, it hooks on there. It was a nightmare. And also, if you nudge it upwards, it just comes out because it simply hooks. And underneath, I'm just going to get these out of the way. got her ladder over here, which helps her get up onto the top shelf here. It's probably a better idea to find a better way for that, because she might just, to be honest with you, she'll destroy this ladder soon anyway. This is her house that she's had in her other cages while she liked. Can you stop it? I know you want to get in, but hang on. This is her house. I think it's also made of straw, and yet again, if say like take bits like that out, if you find them chewing it, it's okay for them to just have a little chew, but as long as they're not pouching it and they're not eating it, it's not going to cut up their pouch or anything. The bedding I use is just plain ripped up toilet roll. This is just plain Andrex white toilet roll, and I get a few bits and I wrap it around my hand and I tear off strips like that, and usually I just give them to her and she puts them where she wants. I usually put a few bits in there, but I don't know if she'll be too hot or too cold, so I'll give her a few extra bits just in case. This is a coop cup. It's basically for birds. However, I can put other things in there, like just treats or something, and she can come up and she can sit in it and just get her treats, like vegetables as well, little bits of vegetable that she can go and find. It's interesting for her to have a climb and look for food. She's got a water bottle on the front here. I had to put it on the inside of the cage because the base of it is quite deep. So if I had it on the outside and with the spout facing inwards, she would have a bit of a struggle reaching, particularly when she's sleepy. She can't be bothered really, so it would be a bit of a struggle for her to reach it. In this tissue box over here, it's got a sand, so she can have a flick around there. She might actually use it as a toilet. She has done that a lot of times before. Previously I've used an empty Ovaltine thingy, which she just uses as a toilet, and it was a nightmare because I had to clean it, a couple of times a day. What are you doing, crazy girl? You silly girl, I can't help you up there. Don't be silly now. Come to the edge. Come here, Beanie. Yeah, she'll just plonk down now. She doesn't really climb down. You're going to drop. And that's another thing you've got to be aware of, actually, with hamsters that like to climb. Oh, have you got an itch? Are you scratching your foot? Oh, Beanie. Yeah, for hamsters that like to do things like that, that's why you need the hammocks and the shelves, because that drop will really injure them. It could break their leg or something like that, and you really want to avoid that any way possible. So I've tried to fill up every space with something, the shelves or the hammocks or the bridges, so if she does fall, the maximum fall it will be is this. I mean, that's not great. It's unlikely she'll jump off that anyway, but a fall from there to there isn't too bad. Over here she's got a mineral block which she never really uses, so it's just a stepping stone for her to reach up to the shelf to climb. This is just doing it again. It's a basic block that I got from eBay. It was really cheap, but it was designed apparently for pets. I actually had to sand down the corners myself, just rub it myself to make sure I don't get any splinters so that she wouldn't. But it's all fine and it's all smooth. And that's also, I requested a couple of washers with that as well, so that it can be sturdier. And I've got that there just because, with the hammock here, if she decides to jump off this, she will only fall that far again, because she can be a little bit silly and think she can make something, and I don't want her to chance that. Behind there I've got the wheel, which I initially wanted the rodent wheel, which has got lots of good reviews, but I ended up getting the Trixie wheel, which is the spiral, and it's got the base underneath. It's a metal wire base. Now with this cage, it's a bit of a pain because it slopes inwards at the base. The wheel can actually touch the back here, so when she's running on it, it basically spins and it rubs on the back on the wires, so that can get a bit annoying. But it's actually a really good wheel. Most of the time, it's basically silent, unless you catch it there, which I can't actually do, which is actually pretty good. But it is the, I think it's the 11-inch or the 28cm one or something like that. It's the perfect size for Syrians. I wouldn't say it's big enough for a rat, I don't think. I'm not sure, maybe a little one. But Teddy Bean, she's actually a little bit, she can be a bit chubby. Hey, you princess. Hello, darling. She's going to get a nice biscuit after this. We've got some biscotti. Apple. Banana. I've just got a couple of loofah toys here that I might just scatter. It's always good to exchange toys and move things around to keep your hamster entertained, otherwise they'll just get bored of the same thing and they might start biting back. You know? Oh, princess. I've got hamster nails as well. And also at the back, first of all we've got a toilet roll tube here. It's got a bit left on and that's why I like to give it to her because she just likes to destroy them. It's a bit too big for a Syrian to squeeze through. They probably will manage, but I give it to her just to basically destroy. She likes to destroy things. I've got a loofah teddy here which I've tied to the back with, I'm not sure what string it is, but it's safe. It's basically the same thing as what's keeping the bridge here up. And she's got her alfalfa log in the middle there, which she absolutely loves. She loves these. She just completely destroys them. She eats them. Sometimes she's too lazy to go to her food bowl and she'll just eat this instead. And we've also got her actual food bowl here. This is a mix from Wilkinson's that I like, but I also add my own things as well, so she's a bit healthier. It's a mix of lots of different things. We've got monkey nuts in there, we've got, this is dried pineapple I think, she's got corn, and there's also some mixed herbs in here, so things like this. It's one I've discovered recently, I can't remember what it was called, but it's brilliant and she loves it, and it's just a bit of extra nutrition for her. Got like peas, she's got bits of pasta as well, and there's a few bits of brown rice. She's got some carrot in here somewhere, a little dried carrot. This is dried, what's it called? I forgot what they're called. They begin with P, it's a vegetable. But yeah, it's funny, these are the bits she likes the most, which is usually the ones most hamsters leave. I know, darling, you went one. Yeah, I think it's a really good mix. I've still got things to add to it and things to find, and because I'm always trying to, a couple of peanuts, they're quite fatty so she doesn't get too many of those. I like her to work for them so she has the monkey nuts. Yeah, I like to try and make it better where possible. So I've been doing so much research and evaluating and coming up with the best one. It's bugging me now what they're called. I don't know. Yeah, that's her food mix. This is her cage.